Last night, Brian and I tag team. This is Thursday now. And Mama was at hospital getting her medicines adjusted, and she came home today. But Brian said, "Will you manage him while I go get Mama?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And he was sitting there with his eyes open, taking it all in. I had like Brian does, he puts the recliner back a little bit, and he puts his legs up and rests the baby against his legs so the baby's looking at him. And he can talk to him. That's what I was doing. All of a sudden, my lap felt so warm, and the baby had such a delighted, relieved look on his face. He peed all over me. He did that to Brian yesterday, and it looked like I wet myself. But I changed him, and once you know the routine of washing the bottles and sterilizing them and all that stuff, you can do it lickety-split. I'm looking at a lizard over here on the wall. There's a lizard there. He's probably about 4 inches long, maybe. He's a little guy. There's a lot of little ones. The bigger ones must have been picked off by the birds around here. Today I'm getting in some chores. I'll be vacuuming maybe. It all depends how my back behaves or doesn't behave. I did some laundry, and I washed some new cloth that I bought so I can finish the baby bibs that Scott wants. And what else? A little ironing to do, and maybe lying on the heating pad a little bit. I have chicken soup that's been waiting for me for several days. I'll eat that. Kitty cat's, it's like, "Where have you been?" Well, I better get to it. It's later. Brian and I took the doggies for a walk, and Ashley took Spencer in a stroller for a short period up and back on this street, and she's very tired. So Brian and I walked the rest of the way around the block, and Brian is he says, "I don't know," he says, "I feel like I want to go back to work because this is so boring. He doesn't do anything. I want to see him do stuff like run and walk or wiggle or jump or, he will eventually." He says, "Maybe I should go back to work, and then maybe later when he's starting to do that stuff." And then he was talking about he'll ask Ashley if I'm okay enough to watch the baby when they both work, because she was thinking of a nanny. If it's not wanting to have to bother me with the baby, there's no bother at all. I just love the little baby, and I just love children. But if it's kind of a non-trust issue, or she's weird, she's going to teach my kid Klingon or something, she just needs to talk with me. She shouldn't be afraid of me. I'm trying to behave, and I'm trying to be the best that I can, and I've calmed down quite a bit. Like the wild mustangs in the mountains, and they take them and it's called breaking them, but they saddle train them and they calm them down. It's kind of like a relationship, I need a guy that's going to keep me in check. It's going to keep me from getting cute crazy. And I'd be devoted to him forever. The right guy. The last guy I really loved, and he liked lots of other women, and it just wasn't to be, but we were very good friends with benefits. And he learned from me, and I learned from him, and it was decent. I mean, there were bad times too, but more good times. And a few times where I've said I can die now. I've been to heaven. Anyway, enough of that smutty talk. Kitty cat's on the corner of the bed. He's glad I'm here. I didn't get a whole lot done. I got laundry done and some ironing done. I did eat my soup. And I made myself some iced chai latte. Oh, with honey as sweetener. Very good. I weakened the chai part and added regular tea in with it because the spices they put in there are just a little too much for me. It upsets my stomach. So it worked out really well. It was a nice evening drink. Baby's being good. Mama's back, and I'm very happy about that. Very happy. If you're watching this on Friday, the 17th, which is when I'm putting this out, it's the day he was due. He came 2 weeks early, so he'll be 2 weeks old today. You'd think that he was older, you know, but he's not. He's just a wee little rag doll baby. No neck muscles yet at all. Not at all. Oh, he's such a good boy. Oh, it's such a delight just to watch him sleep or anything. I used to watch Brian and Scott sleep. I was just fascinated with them. I love this little guy. I love both my grandsons. I don't get to see the other one. The last time I saw him was 2 years ago when he was like a big sack of flour. Now he's 2 years old. Spencer's not like a big sack of flour. He's like a gentle, light bag of lentils. Yeah. Go to bed, Shirley. Go to bed. Love you guys. That means I love you. I-L-O-V-E, love, Y-O-U. I love you. Upward and onward.